presentation of the colors. Bixby High School Marine Corps Junior ROTC Color Guard under the direction of Master Gunnery Sergeant Williams. Carrying the national color is Cadet First Lieutenant Madeline Davis. Carrying the Oklahoma flag is Cadet Sergeant John Richard Garrett Draper. Carrying the organizational colors is Cadet Private First Class Luis Ramirez. Rifle bearers are Cadet Lance Corporals Raleigh Lewis and Cassie Norton. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Shall we pray? Dear Father, we are gathered here today as friends, faculty, staff, family, to celebrate the hard work and achievements of these graduates. Father, we thank you for these graduates, those who took the journey with them, through the good and difficult times. Father, I would ask you to be with the speakers this evening and with these graduates. Lord, also ask you to let your blessings pour out upon this time of celebration. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Color Guard, return the colors.
Carry! Colors! Ready, two, forward, march! Left, 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 right, left, right.
We will now have our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the hope of the brave?
Please be seated. Please be seated. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Tim Fulton, and I am honored to be the president of Connors State College. I am also honored to preside over tonight's commencement exercises. Welcome to what we hope to have prepared as a time of joyful memories and a place where those memories can be made and savored for the rest of your lives. Tonight is truly a chapter moment. It is a new beginning, it is an end, and it is something that we hope to create a lasting memory so that you can take this as momentum as you go on into the next chapter of your life. I'd like to begin tonight by thanking the Bixby High School Marine Corps ROTC for the presentation of the colors. Lieutenant Colonel James Sanders for leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance and setting all of that up. Mr. Rowdy Morris for an excellent invocation. And how about Casey Smith, the 2012 graduate, singing our national anthem. I have some official stuff I need to do, so here we go. Board of Regents, honored guests, distinguished faculty, parents, students, spouses, and all of the people that have supported these great candidates on their journey through this chapter of their education. On behalf of Connor State College, I take great pleasure in welcoming you to the 103rd commencement exercise for Connor State College. 103 commencements for Connor State College. Tonight is a special evening, and I hope that you celebrate this ceremony with great enthusiasm. So if you have an air horn, a cowbell, or you just like to yell your support for those that you love, now is the time and you're in the right place. So I want you to, as much enthusiasm as you have, I want you to bring it to this ceremony. At this time, I would like to introduce them. I think I heard a horn. Give me the horn again. Very nice. What it's about, it's a celebration. At this time, I would like to introduce our platform guests. Since 1944, Oklahoma State University A&M Board of Regents has been dedicated to providing wise leadership and service to Connor State College. And I have the privilege of recognizing a state regent who has joined us tonight. He is, for me, a mentor, a friend, and someone that I respect very much. I am delighted that he is joining us tonight and that he will be helping us hand out our diplomas. Regent Doug Burns is a practicing attorney in Norman. He was appointed by Governor Keating to the OSU A&M Board of Regents in 1997 and reappointed by Governor Brad Henry in 2005. That's for those of you who aren't up on board politics, that's a really significant accomplishment. He has been a member of the A&M Board of Regents ever since. He received a bachelor's degree from Oklahoma State University, his Juris Doctorate from the University of Oklahoma, and a master's degree after that in petroleum engineering from the University of Oklahoma. He has been wise counsel, not just for our board, but for his clients for over 30 years. Please help me welcome Regent Doug Burns. You'll hear from everyone else on the platform tonight, but I'd like to go ahead and introduce them briefly. First is Representative Jerry McPeak, who will be tonight's commencement address. We'll hear more about him later. Representative McPeak. Some of the candidates know this next guy, Dr. Ron Ramming, the Vice President of Student Services and Interim Vice President of Academic Affairs. I know all of you know this young man, Lee Stewart, Student Government Association President, and a young man who has achieved a lot in his young life. Somebody who's becoming my friend, Mr. Rowdy Morris, who is the Director of the Connor State College Baptist Collegiate Memory. Rowdy? I want you to look around this room, and I want you to understand that all of this setup and all of this circumstance and everything that we've done to set this up for you didn't just happen by itself. Please help me thank Ms. Quanah King and her graduation committee for setting up tonight's event. Didn't they do a lovely job? I'm going to go out on a limb because this next guest to our event has threatened my life, and trust me, she can deliver on that promise if I mention her from the podium. But what I'd like you to do is please give a Connor State welcome to my wife, Mrs. Kelly Bolton. Okay? She's pretty cool. Candidates, tonight is a night that I look forward to every year. Graduation is such a great time to be on a college campus. not just for the candidates, but for the faculty and the staff and the administration and even the community. In so many ways, one of the things that makes Connors State such an excellent place to be is the people. And I love how we come together as a family, and this is the culmination of how we've come together as a family. The diploma that you are moments away from receiving is much deserved and the end result of an accomplishment that has been years in the making. This diploma is much more than a piece of paper. It is true to your dedication to learning, service, and leadership. Connors State College is so proud to be a part of your future. It gives us great pride that we will be chalked down in your history as a detail in helping you fulfill the promise of your potential. Our commencement ceremony marks the end of one journey while also marking the beginning of another. What lies ahead of you is unknown, but I have confidence that Connors State has prepared you for the opportunities that you may have. I hope each and every one of you know that you have made Connors a better place as a result of your attendance, and for that you have earned my thanks. You will forever be connected to Connors State. As you go forth and headed to your next destination in life, you will carry the knowledge, connections, and friendships that you have earned at Connors. Those are some of the special connections that have shaped you into the individual you are today. I'm going to go off script here. Don't ever lose sight of that. Don't ever forget how this feels or what it means. You have earned this, and nobody can take that away from you. And that's a good place to be. I hope you're proud of yourself, because I know that we are very, very proud of you. Before I introduce the president of our Student Government Association to address you, it's important that I acknowledge some people that were very crucial to our celebration this evening. The dedication of the faculty and staff at Connors State is unrivaled. At Connors, we surround our students with people who care just as much about your success as you do. And if you ask me, I put our faculty up against any faculty anywhere in the world. Candidates, don't you agree? That's what I'm talking about. Give Very good. There's one in particular that we want to recognize tonight. He is our very own Dr. Ryan Carlton. He's been recognized by his peers as the 2012 Faculty of the Year. Let's give Ryan a hand. I know Ryan pretty well. He would be the first to tell you that he doesn't do this by himself. He recognizes that what makes him excellent is all of the Connors State faculty and staff that are around him and make what he does possible every day. The efforts of Connors State faculty and staff have helped prepare this class of 2012 for today's accomplishments and beyond. If the faculty and staff of Connors, no matter where you are, if you would please stand, we're going to recognize you and thank you for your hard work and effort today. There we go. You can get more of a heart blow than that. Give me a little more of that. Oh, almost there. There we go. Very nice. Now don't use it all. You still have a graduate to go for there. I would be remiss if I failed to recognize another set of individuals that have been all important to tonight and what we're doing here at the Muskogee Civic Center. I'm talking about the family and friends of today's graduates. Your support, encouragement, and guidance have prepared these graduates down their path of achievement. This evening, Connors State College community extends to you its deepest gratitude for standing behind these candidates and encouraging them to pursue their dreams. That's what it's all about, and I hope you're just as proud as we are. For parents and spouses especially, as the president of Connors State College, I am honored that you have trusted us with those that you love and trusted us to help build a better future for them and for you. Thank you so much. If all of you would please turn, I'll call the candidates would rise. Find the people that are here to support you. Make eye contact with them, and let's give them a big thanks for what they've done. There's a young man that has earned a place. You guys can sit back down. There's a young man that has earned a place of respect in my mind. It is my pleasure to introduce to you the Student Government Association president. Based on the welcome he got when I introduced him as a platform guest, I think you already know him. What you might not know is that he is the son of Les and Joanne Stewart. He is graduating tonight with honors with a degree in agriculture education. He plans on furthering his education at Oklahoma State University with the goal of teaching agriculture science at the high school level. He has served, check out this list, since he's been at Connors State, he has served as a treasurer for the Ag Ambassadors, was a student representative officer to the Aggie Club. He was a member of my president's leadership class, He currently serves as the Vice President of the Oklahoma Student Government Association, a statewide office. He has been most recently named the 80th. We've had 80 Mr. Connors, as well as earning the prestigious Nye Scholarship Award just 2 days before tonight's commencement exercise. This young man is the real deal, and I'm interested in what he has to say. Please help me welcome President Lee Stewart.
Well, good evening. Can y'all hear me? Yeah. Good? All right. Well, my fellow graduates, we've come to the day that's finally here and made it to the finish line. But before we can cross it, we all need to give special thanks and gratitude to the people and the individuals that made today possible. On behalf of the College State graduate class of 2012, I want to say thank you to the administration, faculty, and staff for your help. You have put time, effort, long hours, and made sacrifices to get us to this day. I just can't even begin to even speak for the wonderful people that you are. I greatly ask that the graduates please stand and let's give these people the recognition that they truly deserve. I wish I had time to say thank you to everyone individually, but I want to be home within the next hour myself. You can laugh. I do want to give recognition to 3 very important people. Dr. Amy, thank you for being a true advocate and veteran. Not saying you're old or anything. Not at all. You're not that. You're not that old. But that you are a true believer in helping people to accomplish their goals when they step onto campus and into your office. Thank you. Now it gets good. Mr. Aaron Wright, please do not cry. Yes, your hatchlings are about to leave the nest, and by this fall, we will realize that you are not that old grumpy bear that you try to pretend to be. But we love you anyways. I just want to say, I can't even begin to say thank you to such an awesome man that has been there for it all and all of us. Thank you. And on to an individual who I highly look up to, a mentor, someone that stands for what is right, believes they can make a true and lasting impact on others' lives, not to benefit himself, but for those he helps. Dr. Faulkner, I not only consider you a teacher, but as a friend. Thank you. I do want to say this thing. Just next time, go ahead and put enough diesel in that truck so on my night on the time before, I don't have to fill it up with my college finances before the parade session. Okay? But thank you. And yes, Spencer Nero, you're the man. I'm ready to throw this thing off. All right, I'm halfway done, supposedly. Dear graduates, each one of us is about to start a new chapter in our lives. Many of us will go straight to work, and other of us even more pain and crazy professors. Either way, this is where I ask you not to stop dreaming and don't stop setting goals for yourself. Yes, after today, goals have been accomplished, but don't stop after that. Life will be dull and boring. I challenge you to never stop dreaming and don't stop learning. You think class just got out? It's just begun. Life as we know is out there for the taking. Believe you can do the impossible and it will become reality. For some of us today, reality becomes possible. You are in control of your decisions and your future. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Do not follow where the path may lead, but go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." It is our turn to make our mark on the world. Connor State College, class of 2012. Congratulations.
I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea, but I feel like there's a little explanation. I loaned Lee my truck one night, and he came by and he got it about 8 o'clock, and I didn't see it until 8 o'clock the next night. And now he wants a tank of gas. So I don't want any of you to get the wrong idea. My truck is not for rent, lease, or borrow moving forward. Thanks for bringing that out to about 1,000 people, Lee. I appreciate that very much. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce tonight's commencement speaker, Representative Jerry McPeak. He was born in Chakota, Oklahoma. His bio says he was raised all over Oklahoma. I don't know what that means, but I'm looking forward to hearing about it. He graduated from Olive High School. He received a BS from Oklahoma State University and a Master's of Education from Northeastern State University. He is a veteran of the United States Navy. He has worked as an OSU Extension Service agent. He's managed Dodge City feeders before moving to Warner, Oklahoma, where he was a professor of psychology and agriculture for 27 years. He's probably most known for having coached the legendary and award-winning livestock judging program at Connors. He is one of those that made it a legend. In 2005, he took a different turn in his life and was elected to the Oklahoma House of Representatives, where he has served House District 13 for 8 years. He's been elected twice of the caucus chair to the appropriations. McPeak and his wife Vita founded and continue to operate a Be a Champ camp, which is a livestock judging camp where they have positively influenced thousands of young lives for more than 3 decades. They have 4 children and 2 grandchildren. If you're looking for a guy that has made a great legacy out of his life, you're about to hear from one. For those of you who know Representative McPeak, you know that he says what he wants and he means what he says. So please help me welcome Representative McPeak.
Well, by the time Dr. Fulton talked a while ago and Lee talked, you don't need very much of talking, do you? I think I'm going to make you a happy person. I sat with instructors, and there's nothing I ever did or ever will do. I was any proud of Rob. They've been an instructor at Connors State College. I tell people at the Capitol, I'm a teacher. Just acting like a representative for a while, but what I am is a teacher. To be invited by Dr. Fulton in his first year, and this dude takes great pride in this college already. To be invited to speak in his first year, and by the way, my first college commencement speech, is really special. Doug Burns, you need to understand that I went to OSU. I bleed orange and black. But I bleed Connors State College orange and black. That's what I believe. We bleed the brightest orange, so we are. They said they wanted to get the very best speaker that they could find any place in the country, but they couldn't get him. So they got me. And I think they got me because I'm so smart. Everyone knows. I graduated in the top 10 of my graduating class from Olive High School. There's 9 people. But I really am smart, for those of you who didn't know, and a lot of you who talked with me realize that I didn't seem that way, but I made a 33 on my ACT. Until they pointed out to me, didn't get to add them left to right, and it was just 11, 11, 11. I thought I had a 33, but I could add. I asked Dr. Fulton what I should speak about, and he said, you know the normal thing, leadership, ambition, courage. I asked Curry back there in the back, what should I talk about? And he said, about 3 minutes, Coach. You know, graduate is simply to change something by degrees. And that's what you guys are doing. You're getting a degree to change your life, and it's a step forward. You're going through life now, it's like a screening, a sifting. And everything that you go through, everything becomes finer and finer, from the large rocks to the pebbles to the coarse sand to the fine sand. And that's where your lives are. Each thing you go through, whether it's a job or more schooling or more training, you're making yourself finer and finer people. They can be of greater and greater service to yourselves and to the world. Connors State College, I'm sure, was a great place to do it. You're going to become the result of the decisions you make. Some of you have already lost friends to drugs, alcoholism, and bad decisions. Whether bad or good, you'll become what it looks like. You'll learn that the same things that made you successful now will make you successful later on. It doesn't matter your age. Some of you are what they call, non-traditional students. I was one of those, about 40 years old, going to college. There you go. You're there. Married, got a kid, got a job, but still making it. You go, baby. I'm impressed. You know, we don't understand sometimes. It's not what happens to us in life that's so important. It's how we handle what happens to us. In fact, it's only about 10% of what happens and 90% of what you do about what happens. I'll tell you about this kitty cat I saw in Chicago the other day. I was over there and the train come through and this cat looks up and sees the train, cat takes off running. Train runs over his tail, cuts part of his tail off. That's not too bad, but when you turn around and see what happened to his tail, crushed his head. That's my point. Now for some of you, I'll tell you the moral of this story later on, but I can't tell you the moral right now. I can tell the way some of you are laughing, you've heard that joke before, but don't tell that to your Baptist preacher, okay? I'm like, you can tell I'm an important speaker. I speak a lot because I don't have note cards. I got a big old yellow piece of paper. Yellow, yeah. Yeah. What is it? Get her done. Success isn't the result of spontaneous combustion. It's creative. You have to cause it. You have to make it happen. And again, it doesn't change. Whether you're Doug Barnes or Dr. Fulton or, for gosh sakes, Dr. Ron Ramming. I recruited that child out of Hinton, Oklahoma when he was 18 years old. I've been telling his mom and daddy, take him back. I've had him long enough. If any of you, by any chance, are hurting for confidence, I've got a formula for you that'll give you a little confidence. I see a lot of folks up there that know me. You've never seen me in a dress before, though. I see a lot of folks up there that know me, have known me for a long time. But if you ever hurt for confidence, let me tell you what you do. Around here and around you folks, around this bunch, I was just average intelligence, maybe not quite average. But I'm in the State House of Representatives now. I'm a smart sucker up there in that bunch. I might be the smartest one up there, huh, Doug? Yeah, he agreed, see? Push yourself. Always, always push yourself. If you think you can or you think you can't, you're probably right. And if you only do what you can do, you'll never do what you can't do. I tell my kids in the summertime when they come to camp, I have a big old barrel out there. A lot of these, so many folks out there been, you got a big old barrel right at the entranceway that says, leave your can't here. When someone tells you something can't be done, they mean they can't do it, or they've never seen it done, but you ain't talking about me. Sorry about that, English teachers. You aren't talking about me. I know better. Don't be blaming someone else, because when you point your finger and say, they caused me to do it, well, you got to point back at yourself. 3 fingers at yourself, so 3 times 1, look at you, fix it, get over it. Yesterday is already a dream. Tomorrow is only a vision. But today, what I live, makes every yesterday a dream of happiness, every tomorrow a vision of hope. As you progress through life, I'm not going to tell you because you get more education, the problems aren't going to be there because they are. It's not what happens to you, it's how you handle what happens to you. Solve the problems. That's experience. That's the way you get better tomorrow. The problem, quite often, is opportunity. Your dreams, I promise you. When I was a little kid, how many of you folks even know where Stidham, Oklahoma is? Anyone know where Stidham is? All right. I used to pick sandburrs out of my feet. Mom used to tell me he could strike matches on my feet. I would run around Old Mac was barefooted all the time. Can you imagine that? We lived in a white frame house that when the dust blew across the cotton fields, the dust came in on the table. My mama was a meticulous housekeeper. My mama died this last year at 97 years old. Probably ate too much fat meat, don't you reckon? Yeah. But she wanted to keep that house clean, but she couldn't keep it clean because when that dust blew, it just came in through the edges. It wasn't very airtight. And I slept on a feather bed mattress, and you folks are all too young to probably ever slept on a feather bed mattress, but that thing just kind of wadded up around you and kept you warm, isn't that right? Sure was nice. It kept you warm in the winter. Sometimes I had holes in the bottom of my shoes, but so did most of the folks I was with, and patches on my jeans, and it wasn't because you had to pay extra for $30 or $40 to get them that way. It was because you wore them out that way. But I can remember dreaming about someday living in a brick house. And maybe someday having a horse. Bought my first horse for 20 bucks. Wasn't he a dandy? Now that I live in a brick house, I've got a horse trailer worth more than the house that I used to live in. I didn't do anything special, folks, except just keep on doing what the good Lord gave me to do today. Whatever you're given to do that day, it's your responsibility to do it the best you can. Some days you scoop horse poop, and some days you get to ride the horse. But whatever it is you're given that day, it's your job. It's what God gave you to do that day. You do it. You owe it to yourself to do it the best you can. If you don't, you're cheating yourself. You're cheating yourself of the abilities that God gave you. You're cheating yourself out of the opportunity that God gave you for that day. You do not cheat yourself. You be true to yourself. It doesn't matter whether you're 18, 19, or 20, or you're like me, and if he thinks he's old, y'all know how old I am. Or you're my age. It happens the same way. And it's fun. The best thing in the world is try as hard as you can and win. The second best thing in the world is to try as hard as you can and not win. It doesn't change because you're here someplace else. You become the result of the decisions you make. And your attitude, good or bad, controls that. Sunday's Mother's Day. Remember that. They deserve it. Folks, I can't tell you what an honor it is to get to speak at the Connor State College graduation. I am more honored to speak here than I would be had they invited me to Oklahoma State University. I bleed black and orange, Connor State College black and orange.
Thank you, Representative McPhee.
Yeah, Dr. Randy.
Will the candidates please stand? Dr. Fulton, on behalf of the faculty of Connor State College, I present these candidates for graduation and certificates. These candidates have completed all degree and certificate requirements specified by Oklahoma State University A&M Board of Regents and the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education.
You're the man, Trent!
Trent's not the man until I say this part. Candidates, upon completion of the academic requirements for this degree and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents for the Oklahoma A&M colleges, the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education, it is my privilege to certify and bestow upon you as individuals the associate degree and extend to all the rights and privileges associated with this achievement. Graduates, at this time, you go from the right to the left. Before we get this on the road and come do what we came to do, will the distinguished guests join me in presenting the diplomas? Will the candidates please make their way to the stage? Let's hand out some diplomas.
She's an English teacher, not a speech teacher.
Stephanie Anderson. David Jameson. Shelby Christie. Catherine Anglin. Jill Henson. Patricia Gilliland. Kimberly Gibbon. Sue Carter. Andrea Christie. Sherry Cobb. Renee Barnes. Cassie Conrad. Amber Henson. Stephen Kennedy.
Just go straight down the
Blake T. Harris. Tyler Knight. Devin Harris. Kara Horn. Shelley Clay. Randa Depew. Landon Edwards. Taylor Green. Charlene Davis George. Samantha Copeland.
You just go straight down the middle.
Edna Dugan.
You just go straight all the way down, and there'll be another lady in black. Sure.
Olivia Jamerson.
Okay, just go all the way down.
Monica Jones. William
All
Rule.
the way down.
Ethan James Green. Megan Alcinay.
Just go straight.
Jordan Burney. Denise Johnson.
You just go straight down to Aaron and Cheryl.
Carolyn Anderson.
All the way down against this wall to Aaron and Cheryl. Just straight.
Rick DeMoss. Lindsay Bowman.
And just go straight down.
Jacob Fisher. Dusty Hayes. Christy Hayes. Michael Arsenault. Blake Davis. Cameron Curry. Olivia Marie Foster. Christina Bautista. Ellie Anderson. Joey Atterbury. Adrian
And just go straight
Pearl.
all the way down.
Kristen Hunter.
You just go all the way down.
Jennifer Lynn Sterling Icky.
Just go straight all the way down.
Alyssa Rianne Harmon.
You can just go all the way down.
Keith Clayton.
Just go straight. Just go all the way down.
Haley Harris.
Just straight down. All the way down.
DeAndrea Brown. Marie Cameron.
You just go all the way down. Just go straight all the way down.
Susan Bryant.
You just go all the way down. All the way down.
Carlisha Faith Evans. Doreen Fang.
You're going to stand right in their way. It's right where they walk.
Oh, they're going back.
Yeah, you just go all the way down.
Mariah Carter.
And just go straight all the way down.
Jeffrey Sweeten.
All the way down.
Ariel Elisa Allen. Greg Anderson. Amanda Seipert.
You can just go straight all the way. Oh, you're waiting. I'm scared. You already walked in front of everyone. All right. All the way straight down.
David Zeman. William W.C. Long III.
Just straight.
Charlene Nicole Gardner.
You'll just go straight all the way down.
Taylor Simone Lloyd. Tiffany Abrams.
Straight all the way down.
Shaquille Shannon.
And just go straight all the way down.
Jared Harrison.
And just go all the way down. There'll be another person down there.
Nikki Lewis.
All the way down to
Danielle Wright.
and you'll go all the way down to Sharon and right.
Kayla Crawford.
Congratulations. And just till you see Aaron and Sharon.
Melanie Rivas Ovai.
And you go all the way down
Janice Paris.
and you'll go all the way
Jay Paxton.
and just keep walking to the
Derek Williams. Tiara Winston.
and you'll just go all the way down. There'll be a
Casey Smith.
down there.
Adam Smith. Bradley Womack. Chelsea Ogden.
Do come to me.
Caroline Wesley. Levi Sims.
All the way down to. Just keep going down to Aaron Joe.
Carolyn Moore.
All the way down to Aaron Joe.
Jessica Tyler. DeLacy Parks.
We go all the way down to Aaron.
Julie Wilson.
All the way down to Aaron.
Christine Maxwell.
And you'll go all the way down
Renee Wooten.
Yeah, just go
Morgan Smith. Caleb
Just go straight
Russell.
down to Aaron and Sean.
Claire Martin.
You'll just go straight down to people.
Lane Martin. Ryan
Just go straight down,
Tittle.
there'll be 2 people down there. You can just go straight
Matthew Turner. Tell Matthew
Just go straight
Runyon.
down, there'll be 2 people. Down to Aaron.
Justin Smith.
And you just go all the way down to
Hunter McAllister.
He's just straight down to Aaron.
Shelby Martin.
You just go straight down to Aaron.
Joshua Lawrence.
Just go to Aaron.
Edward Venters.
And just go all the way down to Aaron.
Nishadamy Wright. Christy Shannon.
And just go all the way down to Aaron.
Jessica Monks. Trenton Ray White.
Just go all the way down. There'll be 2 people. No, just go straight.
Trey
There'll be 2
Stack.
people down there. Just go straight all the way down. There'll be 2 people down there. Just straight. And just go straight all the way down to, do you know Aaron? Yeah. Just go to Aaron. And just go down to Aaron.
Devin
Just
Shaw.
go to Aaron.
Jordan Richburg.
Just go all the way down to Aaron.
Stephen Thomas.
Just straight down to Aaron.
Brandon Miller. Deborah
Straight down
Newmeyer.
to Aaron.
Eric Walsh.
And just go all the way down to Aaron. You're welcome. Straight to Aaron.
Amanda Parada. Lindsay Wood. Amanda Jamendis.
Just go.
Nicole McDowell. Michelle Knight.
Just go straight all the way down to Aaron.
Deborah K.
Down to
Porter.
Aaron. All the way down. All the way down to Aaron.
Shelley Webb. Cheryl Vick.
Just go straight all the way down to Aaron. Just
Karen
go straight
Fitch.
all the way down to the student.
Kimberly Davis.
Way to go, Kimberly!
And just go go straight all the way down to those two people down there. Okay?
Rachel Nanette Williams.
Just go straight all the way down to those two people.
He's saying my name.
Jennifer Lynn Riley.
All the way down to those two people. All the way down to
Randy
those two
Dawn
people down there.
Ponders.
Just
Sharon Janelle Davis.
go all the way down to Aaron. No, Aaron. Yeah, all the way down to Aaron.
Zachary Snow.
Just go straight all the way down to Aaron.
Lori Sisto.
Just go straight all the way down to those two people.
Aaron Farmer.
Just go straight all the way down to Aaron.
Ella Nichols.
And just go straight all the way down to Aaron. You know Aaron?
Tiffany Olson.
And go straight to those two people all the way down there.
Nicole Travis. Kara Lee Meredith.
Just go all the way down to Aaron.
Cody Lynn Schubach. Brittany Pearson.
So excited.
Lee Stewart.
It just goes all the way down. There's two people down there. And just go all the way down. There's two people down there. And just go all the way down to those two people at the end. All the way down to those two people at the end, Aaron. All the way down to those two people at the end. All the way down to Aaron. Okay, all the way down to those two people down there.
Please join me in congratulating all the graduates of 2012 from Connors State College. Hang on to your hats for just 1 second. You just keep taking your hats right out. There we go. Thank you for being here tonight. To all the graduates and their families, you are certainly invited to a reception that we have set up for you out in the foyer-way. After our recessional has proceeded out of the main auditorium, please stand and remain standing in your places until we are through the recessionals. Graduates, well done.
Just go to Aaron. And just go all the way down to those two people down there. And just go
Dear
all the way
Father,
down to those two
thank you for
people
this
down there.
time. Thank you for his graduates, their families, friends, and faculty and staff here at Connors State College. Father, I ask that you go with these graduates as they go on to the next life journey. Just as the writer of the book of Numbers said, may the Lord bless you, keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift his face up to you and give you peace. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, tribute to those who have given the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom.
I was just going to get the graduates from the funds unless you have a specific PR shot you want. No, I'll get stuff. I just need you guys to get you. Okay. John, if you want to go take pictures, you can do it too.